Just as we've said earlier, it is the largest of Allah's creation. If so, let's make a comparison between 100 grades of paradise and the Arsh of Allah. In the Hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, the Arsh of Allah, the throne of Allah, has a footstool called Kursi. In normal language, footstool is a footrest where you can actually put your feet on, just like a stool or a staircase, steps. So the Kursi of Allah is actually the footstool to the throne of Allah. So if you are going to the throne of Allah, you have to pass through the Kursi like a staircase before you can reach the throne of Allah. So this Kursi is so small compared to the Arsh of Allah. And according to the Hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, the Kursi is like a small ring thrown into a desert compared to the Arsh. Now, do you know how small that is? Imagine those times you lose your ring or any small property of yours in that your small room. As small as it is, and you will spend months and months looking for exactly the same thing without finding it until you are moving. Now, how large is that your cozy room? How large is your room compared to a plot of land? How large is your room compared to a hectare of land? And how large is your house compared to a vast forest? How large is your room beside a desert? Subhanallah. I know I don't have to tell you, it is lost forever. And that is how small the Kursi of Allah, which is just the staircase of the throne, is compared to the Arsh itself. But wait, you are yet to hear the most surprising thing. In the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَاسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. This Kursi that is so small compared to the Arsh, this same Kursi, this same footmat of the Arsh contains all the heavens and the earth we've previously discussed. Confused? Yes? Okay, let me explain. We said we have 100 grades of paradise, and between the first to the last paradise is about 73 centuries, using the smallest estimates. Under this paradise is the earth we live in right now. Which means if we have the foresight, if you look up, you are going to see a lot of what? A lot of paradise ahead of you, hundreds of paradise. And after that, we will come to the Kursi of Allah. And above the Kursi will be the throne of Allah Azza wa Jalla. The point is that all these are what? All these are our entire universe, as big as it is. And all of this world, all of this earth, all of this planet, and all of this paradise are under the footstool of Al-Arsh. I would have asked that, do you know the punchline of all this? But this is actually not a joke. But do you know the most amazing thing about all this? The most amazing thing is that everything, every human, together with the 100 grade of paradise, which has approximately 73 centuries distances between them, are all like a small ring again compared to the footstool of the Arsh. Subhanallah. All things that exist under the Kursi, is as small as that small ring we blindly casted into the desert the other time. Subhanallah. Now tell me, now that you've known this, what makes you think you are so better than someone else? What makes you think you are so big than your fellow Iman? And now you should understand better in one of the verses of the Quran when Allah said, anyone who is not pleased with my judgment, anyone who is angry about my judgment, anyone who is not okay with my verdict, then the person should just start walking until the person walks out of my sky. So Allah said, if you are not happy with his verdict, just keep on walking the earth until you live under this heaven. Leave it, and now go and look for somewhere else to live and worship another God. Imagine that. Allah said you should keep on walking the earth until you walk out of it. Until you walk out of it, until you live under the sky and go and look for another God that you are going to be worshiping. Absolutely, what Allah is telling you there is that there is no way you can escape his verdict. There is no way you can escape his judgment. If you think you are doing something right now and no one is actually crucifying you for it, no one is actually telling you it is wrong, just know that Allah Azza wa Jalla is going to be there to judge over you. And that is why one of the hadiths said, Al-birru la yabla, wa zambu la yunsa, wa dayanu la yamut, imal mashit kama tudinu tudan. It says, Al-birru la yabla, all the good deeds you've done are not forfeited. Wa zambu la yunsa, all your offenses, all your crimes, they are not forgotten. Wa dayanu la yamut. And the one who will judge over all of us will not die. Then do anything you wish. So no matter how fast or how wild you walk or fly, you will still be under this heaven. No one can escape the judgment of Allah. So now you understand the relationship between the earth and the heaven, the paradise, the kursi and the arsh. Now let me tell you about the arsh, which is the big deal.